Here's the situation in 2 minutes. President Trump says he'll slap a 10% tariff on goods from 8 close European allies starting February 1st, rising to 25% on June 1st, unless Denmark agrees to a U.S. purchase of Greenland. Denmark, Norway, Sweden, France, Germany, the Netherlands, Finland, United Kingdom. Europe's response was immediate. EU ambassadors met in Brussels. Leaders called an emergency summit for later this week. Denmark's prime minister put it bluntly, Europe will not be blackmailed. All 8 targeted countries issued a joint statement of full solidarity with Denmark and Greenland, warning the U.S. move risks a dangerous downward spiral. What can Europe do? 2 big levers. First, a ready-made package hitting roughly $93 billion of U.S. trade with counter tariffs. Second, the anti-coercion instrument, nicknamed the Trade Bazooka, which can restrict U.S. companies' access to the EU market or tax services. It's slow to deploy, but it's real leverage. The broader fallout? A U.S.-EU trade agreement is basically on ice. European officials say this threatens the transatlantic alliance itself. Protests erupted in Denmark and in Nuuk, Greenland's capital. Thousands marched, chanting the island's Greenlandic name, Kala Alit Nunat. Markets noticed. Investors shifted into safe havens, the dollar dipped, the euro firmed, the Swiss franc firmed, and stock futures slid. Traders are recalibrating for political risk coming from Washington, not just Brussels. The U.S. line is that only Washington can secure Greenland and the Arctic, framing this as security, not just trade. Europe says sovereignty isn't for sale, and threats aren't how allies negotiate. What I'm watching next, whether EU leaders green-light the trade bazooka, if the $93 billion counter-tariff list goes live or stays as leverage, any slippage or carve-outs from the U.S. side before Feb 1. This week is pivotal. If neither side blinks, tariffs hit first. Trust takes much longer to repair.